What's up, everybody? This is Coach MJ, and I want to welcome you to our training broadcast today. As you can see from the banner on the screen, today we're going to be talking about competition and why, when you are coaching, you never actually have to worry about competing with other people. So I know that sometimes when we look at our social media, when we are out here and we see our various feeds, it can seem like so many different people are doing what you are considering doing. It could be that you just now decided that coaching was a possibility for you, even as a result of watching these training broadcasts on this channel. But maybe you're concerned that because you don't have the experience, because you've never started a business before, maybe because you feel like you need some type of letters behind your name or some type of certification or degree, that your competition, who may have the experience, who may have the following, who may have the alphabet soup behind their name, would keep you from doing great things in your space. You feel like your competition would keep you from, maybe you could do a little bit, but maybe you're thinking to be able to be completely free and have total freedom, like you're talking about, Coach MJ. I just don't know if I can compete. And that's a valid concern. I mean, this marketplace right now is literally teeming, TEEM, with, everybody is claiming to be an expert. Everybody that they can speak from, because technology allows anybody's message to get to anybody else. We don't have to go through TV. We don't have to go through radio or newspaper. Now you can just open your phone or turn on your phone, open your laptop, and you have instant celebrity, right? Or you can have that. And so it can be very intimidating to a person who not only is new to business, new to coaching, is new to the online world, right? As far as doing business, and maybe even from a social standpoint. I recognize that not everybody lives on Facebook. And some of you who are watching this may just now be getting on Facebook, or maybe you're seeing this on YouTube, or maybe you're seeing this on Instagram, and you're new to this. And so it can seem overwhelming to think that you are going to be able to create a virtual business, a virtual coaching business without walls, that you're going to be able to use to have the flexibility, the time freedom, and the income freedom to travel the world and do all the other marvelous things you want to do. It can just seem a little or a lot out of reach. And I understand that. But today we're going to be talking about some characteristics, or I don't even want to call them traits, but rather some tools in your arsenal, some weapons that you have that will make it to where you don't have to worry about your competition. A lot of times we're concerned about our competition when we actually know very little about what they're doing. Anybody can run Facebook ads. I'm a witness to that. I run Facebook ads. And indeed, many of you who are watching this, you might be in one of my tribes, because I ran ads to invite you to participate with us. And so anybody can run Facebook ads. Anybody can take pictures and videos. Anybody can do the little things that you see on the front facing side of their business. But what you don't see is all the things behind the scene that may or may not be going on with those competitors that could actually let you know that they are not of concern to you. And I'm here to tell you, you don't have any competition as a coach. You haven't even gotten started yet. I'm telling you, you don't have any competition. I don't have any competition. No coach does, if they run their business the right way, if they have things set up so that they operate in a very unique and niched way. They have no competition. Now, a lot of them don't know that, and they're out here trying, they're either talking about the other guys. You know how some people build themselves up by comparing themselves to other people and saying they're doing this wrong, they're doing that wrong. And so they're worried about their competition. I never worry about mine, because I don't think it exists. So we're going to talk today about why your competition doesn't exist either, and why you should take the plunge into coaching, even if you don't feel like you have what it takes, because I'm here to tell you, you are an expert in something, and you do have what it takes if you decide that's what you want to do and that's the lifestyle you want to live. So again, as usual with my list, these are not in any particular order, but they are all equally important to you understanding why you don't even worry about what the other gal is doing. I don't care how good her ads look, how good her pictures look, how good she talks in her videos. She can't stop you. She can't get the piece of, I don't like calling it a pie, because that makes it seem finite. The piece of playtime out here in the world that's meant for you, right? And so that's actually the first thing we're going to be talking about, why you don't have any competition as a coach. It's because of your purpose, right? What you are called to do, only you can do. And I know we hear a lot of cliches and everybody talks about purpose. And I was trying to think of a different word, but it was the word that was perfect for me. So I just went ahead and used it. What you are called to do, what you are perfectly created and designed to do in life, nobody else can do it for you because nobody else is you. I firmly believe that what is meant for me, nobody can take it away from me. Now, are there things that can happen that can make me detour or be distracted away to where I might never fulfill my purpose? Absolutely. I'm not one of those that believes that no matter what happens, what's meant to be will be, because that would mean I don't have free will. And that means I don't have a choice. And I don't like that idea. You do have a choice, but ultimately, if you are walking in your purpose in life, that thing that you can do for hours or days on end and not be watching the clock and not be being paid for it and you still love it. That thing that you are like an encyclopedia on the topic. Everybody comes to you for that expertise. And not even just expertise, but just that perfect area of giftedness. Maybe that's a good word for it. That area of giftedness that is unique to you. Nobody else can do that but you. That's why it's your purpose. Now, are there people who have a purpose that looks very similar to yours from the outside? Absolutely. Absolutely. The same topic that you're passionate about or the same area of expertise, somebody else is as well. You're not the only one in that space. But what you are meant to do when you are being fully authentic, when you are being 100% yourself, which you usually can't do when you're working a job, but when you step into a space where you're completely free, then you have the breathing room to even find out what your purpose is. You might not even know what your purpose is. And that's because the job or career you have right now is nowhere near, or it might be really close, but not quite close, but no cigar to your purpose. And so you spend the majority of your waking hours, the majority of your creativity doing something that's counter to your purpose. And that's why so many people are out here wondering, what am I meant to do in life? What is that thing that would drive me through all kinds of difficulties, that thing that would fuel me even when I'm worn down, that thing where I am passionate about doing it? That's your purpose. That thing that you always get hype about, that could be a clue to your purpose. There's lots of ways to figure out what your purpose is. And that's why that book, when it came out, Purpose Driven Life, that's why it became a bestseller, because so many people want to know, why am I here? I cannot possibly be just here to pay bills and then die, right? Pay bills, get old, and then die. That's not why you're here. You're here for a purpose. And when I say it's your purpose, I don't mean it's like a purpose pool and a whole bunch of people can fulfill it. No, ma'am. What you are called to do, only you can do. That means that nobody else in the marketplace is a problem for you when you're in your purpose. Where competition becomes a problem is when you're not doing the thing that you're supposed to do. You're just doing anything. And that's what a lot of, that's the trap a lot of you have found yourself in your cubicle prison, is that you're doing the job that you feel like you have to. Oh, it pays the bills or whatever. You're only here for several decades. Who wants to look back at the end of it, if you are even fortunate enough to be able to know you're at the end and look back and say, I'm sure glad I did what I thought I had to do instead of what I wanted to do. Every bit of regret at the end is about the things not done. And those things are usually the things that are walking your purpose. Because if you are on purpose in life, you won't have regrets. Everything's not going to be perfect. No, but you're going to know you're doing your assignment, right? You're going to know that you are in the space that you were called to be in. And I forgot to put my little banner up there that says purpose, but on assignment. When you are on your assignment, you never work a day in your life, and nobody else can do your assignment for you. Nobody else can reach who you're supposed to reach, with what you're supposed to reach, when and where you're supposed to reach them, how and why you're supposed to reach them. Nobody else can do that but you. So that means your competitors, if they are in their purpose, you're not a problem for them either. It behooves each one of you to figure out what your purpose is. And if it turns out that you can be a coach in a space, to a space of expertise to fulfill that purpose, do that. And you won't have to worry about somebody else sweeping in and taking away what's yours. Nobody can do that if you are in the space that you're supposed to be in. Okay. So the first reason why you won't have to worry about your competition is because if you are on purpose, if you are fully authentic and free, Nobody else can be you but you. As cliche as it sounds, I know it sounds cliche. I hate it even as it's coming out of my mouth, but it's true. And so if it's true, it doesn't need any defense, even if it's cliche. The second reason why you will never have any competition out here in this marketplace is because of your potential or the possibilities in your life. And you know how they say, hey, you shouldn't date potential? That's true. If you're dating, hey, date the person you see in front of you or don't date them. Don't worry about what they could be. However, when it comes to you branching out where you are right now, probably in an employed situation where you're not completely fulfilled, definitely not compensated what you're worth, and have all your time taken up by that person, to move from that to a space where you are the head person in charge. You are the one creating the ideas. You are the one casting the vision, because that's what entrepreneurs do. That's what CEOs of companies do. And you have other people beneath you bringing that vision to life. When you're in that space, sometimes, or when you're trying to shift to that space, a lot of times you will look at the road ahead and say, I don't know if I can do that. I don't know if I can right now, but you have to look at what is your potential. I remember years ago, when I learned the phrase transferable skills, right? Because I remember being frustrated because I was trying to get these jobs either within the company I was at the time or outside of the company. And you know how you read a job description and you know that stuff? You know you could do it. Like, you know it. But your resume doesn't reflect it because you've never done it in a job, right? And resumes usually show your job unless you're really good at writing resumes, and then you know how to express transferable skills. When I first learned about transferable skills, it's where you did something in one space, and that same thing you did there, the skill that was required could be transferred to something else, even if it's not the same exact work. So for example, I was a project manager right before I left corporate America. And, when I discovered project management, I was so excited because I never knew that there was a job or career out there, a career path that could take the activities that I had loved for years of organizing things and, planning events. That was my forte, right? And I didn't necessarily want to be an event planner, but those same skill sets, the time management, the scheduling, the HR, all of that was rolled up into into project management. But when I looked at my resume, my job related resume, none of the stuff I had really done, or most of it, was related to project management. So I had to get creative and look at the things I had done in other spaces that wasn't necessarily exactly project management, but it was the same skill set, right? And transfer those skills over. So my resume all of a sudden showed that I'd been managing projects for years, right? Okay, so when you look at your step or this leap that you want to make into the coaching world and you're intimidated by it, you have to consider your potential, which is often fueled by transferable skills. You may think you've never, I said this in a message I sent out to my email list yesterday. You may think that you've never coached anybody before. I can guarantee you have. It could just be that you coached your kids. See, coaching doesn't always look like it does in athletics or in life coaching or business coaching. Coaching means someone has an outcome and you are helping them get there and empowering them to take the steps that it takes to get there, and you're outlining the steps. Well, most parents are coaches, unless they are, well, I won't say most. Many parents are coaches to their kids, especially when they don't get the outcomes that they want from their kids. If you don't use force and yelling and all those other negative things, coaching space with them and don't realize it. You call it parenting, but it is a talk to somebody, to reason with them, to get them to understand a point of view that they're stuck into a new a possible result for this is being fueled by experiences like that. And I could go on and on with the show. Cannot be replicated by a competitor, because only you have had your unique set of experiences, background, outlook. Think about what makes you unique, we often think about our little things, but what has your entire experience in life is unique to you. And a lot of that creates potential for you to do quite well in the coaching space and really in any business that you look at. But don't look at the business and say, I've not done this exact thing, so I can't do it. No, you have the ability to get resourceful, to learn what you need to learn along the way, get the proper guidance from an expert, having your own coach, to get the skills that you have not already been exposed to. So your potential or possibility is a huge tool in your toolkit. It's a huge weapon in your arsenal in this entrepreneurial fight that you're about to wage. And it's a good fight, right? You have to recognize what you have and what it could be. Because again, as a coach, you have to help people to become something that they're not. And so the first practice you can have on helping somebody to see what's not there as if it is doing it for yourself and recognizing you have the potential or the possibility to do many great things, even if you're not doing that exact thing, in this case, running a coaching business right now. The next tool in your arsenal as to why you will never have any competition as a coach, is the people whose lives you are meant to affect. So again, that kind of goes back to the purpose discussion, right? There are people in this world that own your expertise, your solution, whatever that is. It would be, what's the word? It would be super simplistic or to think that if they don't get it from you, they'll get it from somebody else. These people who you encounter in life, I believe every encounter is for a reason. There are no coincidences. Every person that you encounter, whether in person or virtually or wherever, was meant to meet you for a reason. That's what I believe to be true. And that means that if you are already positioned to provide the magic that they were sent to your life to receive, if you're already positioned to do that, you'll be able to pour into those people what they need. If you're not ready, if you're not in position, in this case, if you are not in business as a coach, ready with your magic, ready to pass it out, those people will likely never get another opportunity to get what you were going to give. Because remember, again, your unique perspective is what is going to be exactly what they need. And so your people that are meant for you to coach, your competitor is not meant to coach them. Your competitor cannot reach those people. Now, is it possible that if you don't step up to the plate, those people could go and get a substandard experience elsewhere? Yes. But we're talking about you giving what they need. And another coach doesn't have what they need because what they need is you. These people are your people. I call my tribe. And many of you who are watching this, you are a part of my tribe. All Black women who want to be in business are part of my tribe, specifically Black women who want to be coaches right now. Those are my tribe. And everything I do is geared around my people. I am meant to serve these people in a way, somebody coming in and taking my customers, my list, my group, my whatever. No. As long as I show up in service and continue to be consistent and full on, nobody else can do it because nobody else has my voice. Nobody else has my unique perspective. Nobody has and this is the next tool in your tool belt, my proposal. What am I talking about when I say proposal? I'm specifically talking about your unique solution to the problem. People come to you with problems and they need solutions to their problem. That's why people get coaches. That's why people come to me for coaching. They don't come to me for a friend. People can, and I'm not here to be a friend. I don't do what I do to be liked. I know there's a lot of people whose nerves I probably pluck, which is why being able to unfollow is such a marvelous gift. But don't unfollow because I'm taking you somewhere today. But I'm not here to be liked. I'm here to serve. And my unique proposal or solution to a problem, nobody else has. because nobody else is me. And I know it can seem like, okay, all you're saying really is that it's all because I'm me. But I think we tend to overestimate other people and we underestimate ourselves. Overestimate what other people are doing. Again, it's when you're worried about your competition who doesn't even exist, and you're underestimating yourself. You're not giving yourself enough credit. But the unique proposal you have that you bring to a problem, whether it's in health, finances, relationships, personal development, whatever space your passion and your area of expertise is in, whatever that is, nobody else has that. So you can't possibly have anybody competing with you. Again, when we say compete, I mean they're doing exactly all of that. And that's just not possible. Now, they may have a something that seems similar, a knockoff, a copycat, or they may have their own unique thing, but you can't replicate what they can do. I remember one time my business coach told me that, oh, not me in specific, it was in one of his trainings, was talking about how people would rip off their content, their emails, their ads, and all that, and just try to copy and paste into their platforms, and it never would come across because it wasn't their words. It wasn't their concepts. It was the coaches and his team. And so it never quite had the results that the original person who wrote it was able to experience because it wasn't them. There's something to be said about being authentic, speaking your voice unapologetically and being yourself. And so many people are out here, and I hope you're not experiencing this, but a lot of people do, especially Black people, Black women in corporate America, and in really any kind of job space. We're not able to show up and be ourselves for fear of being labeled the angry Black woman, for fear of being labeled the strong Black woman when we want to just be regular like everybody else and be able to fail. We are for fear of being labeled as aggressive or whatever these things are. Most of us are not bringing our authentic selves to work, which is probably why you want to work for yourself, or at least one of the reasons why. Being able to be authentic means you can bring your unique voice to the table. And nobody else can do that, right? And I just want to throw this in before I forget it. When it comes to knowing what you should coach on, I know this, but I'm thinking of specific people who I know watch my training videos and who talk to me offline. And I know that it seems like with what you do, you can't really be a coach. Maybe it's a service you provide. Trust me, there is a way to repackage, reframe, and reintroduce your knowledge base that leads you to the product or service that you're already selling in the marketplace and create a coaching experience around it. Why a coaching experience? You have the opportunity as a coach to go deeper with people, to get them beyond just the superficial. What they get when they buy your front end product, they've got to continue buying from you. There's nothing wrong with that. You want repeat customers. But if you can help people to transform their lives in a way that they can't get anywhere else and that's really meaningful for them, that's priceless. And you can do both. I'm going to use one of my examples. Okay, so let's say you make a skincare product that's good for, I don't know, irregular skin on the face. And you sell the product because it works, but you know it worked for you in conjunction with some other things you did. Maybe you changed your diet. Maybe you increased your water intake. Maybe it was something you did with rest. Maybe it was a facial manipulation technique. I don't know. I'm not in that space. So you know the skincare product can get them so far, but if they still eating the same and drinking the same and sleeping the same and all that, dealing with their skin the same way they were, they're not going to get the results they see on your face. Not all the way and not consistently over time. That's when you can build a coaching experience around, no. Here's what you really need to do. This product is a part of a much larger whole out here. Let me help you really experience transformation so you don't have to deal with the blotchy skin and things of that nature. Still have a product to sell. It's a part of the coaching experience that you're talking about. But now you're able to, sell your coaching experience for a premium price and really get people results. So everybody wins. There's nothing wrong with charging people top dollar for quality. Doesn't Mercedes-Benz charge more than Kia? Of course they do. And doesn't Lamborghini charge more than that? Of course, because they're giving you quality. They're giving you an experience. I don't know what they're giving you with a Lamborghini. I've never had one, but it's worth more. So never apologize for well, we're going to talk about, I think we might talk about that tomorrow, how to charge high ticket without any issues. But anyway, I got sidetracked there, but we're talking about your proposal, what you bring to the marketplace that you are proposing that your tribe take advantage of to get the results that they want. You're never going to have any competition with that, because your proposal is going to be different from somebody else's proposal, because you're the one presenting it and you have a unique set of circumstances that led you to that proposal or to create that solution. And then the fifth and final reason why, or tool in your toolkit that will keep you from never having any competition as a coach, and you don't have to worry about that, is your product. Your product. So we talked about the proposal, which is the solution that you provide, right? But your product is the income, it's the results, and that's what your customer experiences. So your proposal is what you say, hey, here's how we're going to do it. We're going to do this over this many weeks, and you got to do this, and you tell them everything. Or you walk through the process over the course of those weeks. The product is when they finally arrive at whatever end state or milestone you guys have agreed that they're going to get to while they're working with you, and then, but they're set up for success beyond that. Your product is going to be something that your competitors can't replicate. Remember what I just said about somebody taking the exact words that one coach used, putting them in the same type of vehicle, took it from his email, put it in the other person's email. They hit send and it did not convert. Why? It wasn't unique to them. Well, the same thing is going to be true of your results, your product, but you don't create the product in this case. You facilitate creation of the product, but ultimately the customer, your clients, are the ones that create the product. And that's another thing that can make people a little nervous about coaching. And I've actually heard of coaches saying, don't worry about getting people results, just get them started. You can't get people the results. And I was taught that is not true. And I found that to not be true. You can, if you set your business up the right way, not trading hours for dollars like a job, but set it up the right way so it's leveraged, you can help people get results if they do the work. And see, there's a big if right there. You can't guarantee anything because you don't know if they're going to do what you tell them to do. You don't know if they did it correctly. There are so many factors that the client controls that you don't. So you want to be committed to them getting results, but you can't be so bought in on them that you allow a person who does not get the product, does not get the results, to take you to somewhere else in your mind. As long as you serve them to the highest level that you can and give them all the support that you can, according to what y'all agreed to, you can't own the product. So that's what's different about coaching. The actual product is only partially under your control. The rest of it comes from the client's mind, and it comes from how they show up, as well as from your guidance. But the bottom line is, a person working with you is not going to have the same experience as a person working with somebody down the street. You have to be confident in knowing what you know, to where it doesn't matter what somebody else is doing. It doesn't matter what somebody else knows about coaching. It doesn't matter if they've been coaching 10 years. It doesn't matter if they have the certifications, the degrees. It doesn't matter if they've been in business 5 years. It doesn't matter about any of that. You just have to know what you know and have the confidence that you can help another person. If they show up coachable and willing to follow and do what you say, you know that they can get similar results eventually if they keep putting in the work. Nobody else can replicate that. Your competitors don't have your calling. Your competitors don't have your potential. They don't have they don't have the purpose that you were called to, and the people that you're meant to serve, the people that you are serving. The competitors are never going to get anywhere close to them. And if they do, they're going to be giving them sloppy seconds. You don't want your tribe to end up with sloppy seconds. Your proposal, your unique solution, here's how I know you won't have any competition or don't have any. If the solution you came up with already available in your corner of the world, you wouldn't have needed to develop your solution because you would have already gotten it from somebody else. I'm going to say that again. If the solution you came up with is something that somebody else had or had at the time that you needed it, you would have had to come up with your solution, right? Especially if it was a problem that you were struggling with, right? If it was there, you would have gone into that space and gotten it. You are here usually because there was no other answer, or you see a huge gap. Maybe there is a solution, but it's only for a certain part of the population, a certain demographic, a certain whatever. The bottom line is your purpose, your potential and possibility, your people, your proposal, and your product are yours and yours alone. And because of that, that unique combination of things, those tools in your tool belt, you don't have to worry about another person coming in and taking it. If they do come in because you don't step up, they're still not going to do what you would have done. Those people will just not be able to benefit from your expert. They won't be able to get the benefit of the experience they would have had with you. So if you're thinking, well, you know what, I don't have to answer my purpose in life because somebody else will do it. No, that's not how purpose works. Your purpose is only for you. If you don't fulfill it, there's going to be a whole lot of people that miss out. The people you would have directly worked with, as well as whoever their lives would have touched because they had a phenomenal experience with you. And so we've talked about why you'll never have competition as a coach. But guess what? Especially for those of you who aren't a coach yet, you need to become one. And you can do that by joining the challenge at buildwealthwhileyoutravel.com. This workshop, this hands-on, step-by-step, fully supported workshop will take you from A to Z, where you can figure out, hey, what is my purpose and who am I meant to serve? And what's my unique solution? What are the results I help people to get? And what do I have the potential or the possibility to do? What are those things that I take for granted that are going to give me the edge? And what are the things that I downplay that really are my, my superpower? We're going to go through all that in this 4-day challenge. Starts on October the 11th. And you don't want to miss out on one of these phenomenal seats. And my pro tip, I say this every time, get a VIP ticket. Do not shortchange yourself by going with the basic enrollment. You get the basics when you do that, but if you give yourself the benefit of going VIP, your mind is going to be completely blown away with everything you're going to get. That's going to help you to launch a coaching business. 2020 is about to be 3/4 over, but those last 3 months can be the best 3 months of your life if you grab hold of this opportunity and lean in and take everything that you can from it. So for 4 days, and we're not talking 4 full days, we're talking about 1 or 2 hours each day for 4 days. And if you can't come live, there'll be recordings available for you, right? But we'll be going through a step-by-step, everything you need to know to become an epic coach. I love that word epic because it's something that's so grand. It's such a grand scale thing that it can't be described any other way but epic, right? And so that's what you're going to become. And why is it Build Wealth While You Travel? I can't think of, I probably met 2, maybe 3 Black women in all of my career as a coach who did not have travel as a major goal when we talked about where she wanted to go with her life and her business. All of y'all want to go somewhere. All of y'all want to go to Dubai and Bali. All of y'all want to go to Jamaica. All of you want to go to Hawaii, wherever it is. Y'all all want to go there. But usually you don't go there because it's too expensive or it takes too much time and you don't have enough PTO and things of that nature. So you let those dreams die on the vine. Getting rid of the money problem so you can pay your bills and have a surplus and start to build wealth. You'll be able to buy your time back from your employer, set yourself free, and travel the world and do all the other things that you want to do with wealth. It's not just traveling. It's a whole lifestyle, but travel is always the biggest one. And so that's why we call that out in the Build Wealth While You Travel challenge. So again, go out to the website now, buildwealthwhileyoutravel.com, click through, get your ticket. Don't wait because I don't want to have to, if I end up with too many people in, I'm going to have to close off registration and you're going to miss out on a once in a lifetime opportunity. Well, Coach MJ, aren't you going to do it again? We don't know when it's going to be done again. And the thing is, your opportunity is now while you feel impressed to do it. Don't take for granted that the next time you'll have the same opportunity. I want you to live free and I want you to want to live free as well. because there's a lot of room on this side of it. On that side is crowded. When we talk about competition, you are in heavy competition right now, competing for jobs, competing for all the things, the limited resources that are there for people who have not flown into their greatness. But for you, stepping into your greatness, you will be without peer. And there's not that many of us on this side. And so I invite you again, join the challenge at buildwealthwhileyoutravel.com. Just go over to the website, check it out, and see why you need to sign up right away. It starts on October the 11th, and I hope to see you there in the challenge. It's been my pleasure to share with you. I'll be back tomorrow with another transformational training broadcast. In the meantime, get your VIP ticket for the challenge, and we'll talk soon. Take care, everybody.